Mary Rice.
This is like getting ready for a big game, playing or coaching. A little nervous, so bear with me. I am honored to be here with you tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of all these amazing athletes. Poudre and athletics have made such a positive impact on my life. I believe that they have shaped me into the person that I am today, a strong, independent woman. I grew up in the LaPorte, Bellevue area. When Poudre opened in 1964, my dad was hired as a teacher and coach. A couple years later, he became an administrator. My life centered around Poudre and athletic events. I learned the fight song at age 4. I really did. And I still know it. I went at my 40th Poudre High School reunion this past summer. Somebody said, "Hey, let's sing the fight song before we go." It was kind of embarrassing. There were not many who could remember the words. There was just a lot of mumbling. As we know, everybody has some obstacles that we face in our lives. Athletics has a way of teaching us how to deal with those obstacles. I've had 2 major events that changed my life. The first one happened in 1970. When I was 10 years old, my 4-year-old brother Gary passed away from cancer. And I want you to know, he was a huge Poudre fan. When I was a 9th grader at Cashel Poudre Junior High, the Title IX law was passed. Those of you who do not know what Title IX is, before Title IX, girls could not play organized sports. All we had was pep club, intramurals at school, and PE classes. I could not wait to be able to compete in organized sports. In 1978, when I was a senior at Poudre, we had a special group of athlete ladies. They were amazing. We had terrific seasons, and we ended up 3rd in state in volleyball and 2nd in state in basketball. Woo! It was amazing. It truly was a wonderful time in my life, and I continue those special friendships with my former teammates and coaches today. After PHS, I went on to Northeastern Junior College to play volleyball and basketball. And then I transferred on to University of Northern Colorado just to play basketball. I was fortunate enough to receive athletic scholarships to both NJC and UNC. I can honestly say being a college athlete was both tough and rewarding at the same time. And now there are so many more opportunities for all of you as athletes if you want to further your athletic career. In 1983, I was then hired at Poudre as the PE teacher and coach. Reed Pope, who was my principal at Poudre, hired me. After 3 years at Poudre, Reed Pope retired, and my dad was offered the principal position. At that time, my dad was told that we could not be in the same building, and that if he wanted the job, I would have to leave Poudre. I agreed to leave, of course, so that my dad could finish his career where he started as a Poudre Impala. The district sent me to Lincoln Junior High. I was just happy that I was staying in my favorite part of town, which is the north side of town. But I struggled to adjust for about 3 years. Those junior high kids, woo! It was tough. It was tough. Lincoln soon became a part of my family, and I stayed 28 years until my retirement 3 years ago. I now spend my time as a volunteer coach at Lincoln. I walk my grand dogs, Sadie and Bailey, whenever I can. I have more family time. I still enjoy attending athletic events. And I do CrossFit 5 days a week. I love that it challenges me and my body, every day. The second life-changing event that happened to me, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in the year 2000 while I was still teaching at Lincoln. I was amazed with all the love and support from my family, friends, Lincoln, and the whole community. This coming October, I will be a 19-year survivor. Soon after my diagnosis, I was nominated by the Lincoln students to be a torchbearer for the 2002 Salt Lake City, Utah Winter Olympics. I will never, ever forget that experience. Lincoln bussed over 800 students there to watch and support me. And I hear we only lost one student. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Bowder Elementary even brought all of their 6th grade classes because my son Bo was a 6th grader at that time. Speaking of Bo, I am a single mom. Bo has been and always will be my pride and joy, my motivation for all that I have done in my life. He's about to get married to Katie, a beautiful young lady inside and out, in September. She already is a wonderful addition to our family. My life has been remarkable, and I am blessed to have a very unique perspective, and it continues to center around athletics. Being the daughter of a former coach, mother of a former athlete, and being a coach myself and a former athlete. I think we all agree that being a parent is the toughest job ever. My parents are definitely great role models for me, and they have supported me as an athlete and even as a coach. I truly believe it takes a village to raise a child. It takes family, friends, teachers, coaches, administrators. It takes everyone. I do not like admitting this, but I was not always the best parent sitting in the stands watching Bo play basketball. I like to believe it was because I grew up in such a competitive family that I did not like to lose. But I have a kind of a funny story to tell you. And I'm not proud of my behavior, but I learned a great lesson in the end. Bo was a sophomore at Fort Collins High School. Yes, Fort Collins High School. He had a basketball game at Greeley West. I know this is hard for you to believe, but I was getting on the officials during the game because they certainly are not perfect either. The ball went out of bounds near me, and the official looked up at me, and I kindly said to him, "You better turn around and watch the game." And can you believe it? He gave me a technical. I'm just kidding, I deserved it. But the ironic thing is that they gave the technical to Greeley West High School instead of Fort Collins High School. I must have been sitting in the wrong section of the bleachers, or I guess in my case, the right side of the bleachers. One of Bo's teammates told him, "You better talk to your mom." Bo said, "I'm not going to talk to her. You can if you want." Bo knows me very well. But I did make him a promise that night that it would never happen again. And I'm proud to say I kept my promise. I definitely learned that big lesson. So parents, continue to support, love your son and daughter athletes. Be their superhero just by always being there for them, no matter what. For as long as I remember, I wanted to be a coach. I had such great role models that inspired me. Growing up with my dad, who was a coach, and then my coaches here at Poudre. I wanted to have a positive effect on a young person's life and help them achieve their goals and dreams and help them reach their full potential, both on and off the court, like my coaches did for me. I have had the honor of coaching some amazing athletes at Poudre and at Lincoln, and I have had wonderful memories along the way. There is nothing more rewarding for a teacher and a coach to hear that a former student athlete is successful in their life. So coaches, continue to inspire and caring for your athletes. It will stay with them for a lifetime. Athletics teach us many lessons that carry us through life: teamwork, perseverance, physical endurance, commitment, time management, and personal and emotional health. So to you amazing athletes, work hard, give thanks to those who have always supported you, dream big, and always believe you can achieve anything. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you for an outstanding school year. So, I am who I am because of who we are. We are Poudre. Thank you.